In good times and in bad, in things personal and in things professional, you have been there for me. I'm proud to call you my friend.
And with that, Eric Holder told his friend, President Barack Obama, that he was resigning his position as Attorney General, leaving behind, after more than 6 years, a legacy that is up for debate.
He's been one of the most divisive attorneys general in our history.
The best attorney general that I've seen in my lifetime.
No reason to be timid.
Supporters praise Holder for taking strong positions on controversial issues, refusing to defend the Defense of Marriage Act before the Supreme Court, thus supporting same-sex marriage, opposing state efforts to impose voter ID laws, speaking against police practices such as racial profiling.
It undermines the public trust, ultimately, but also makes us not good at what we need to do.
Harvard law professor Charles Ogletree credits Holder with changing the government's approach to drug prosecutions.
He understood that the war on drugs was a mistake, that the government had the wrong approach, and that these men should be treated and given a sense to rehabilitate themselves as opposed to being incarcerated.
Holder launched investigations into police practices, and he inserted himself into controversial cases alleging police abuse against African Americans.
I can't breathe. Mr. Garner's death is one of several recent incidents across our great country that have tested the sense of trust that must exist between law enforcement and the communities they are charged to serve and to protect.
But Ilya Shapiro of the Cato Institute says Holder's policies have actually damaged race relations.
I'd say that he's probably had one of the most race-conscious tenures of any attorney general in terms of how he enforces voting rights law, other civil rights laws, including affirmative action and racial preferences.
Shapiro says Holder will be remembered more for his poor relations with Congress.
Stonewalling Congress is a theme that comes up again and again, whether that comes up in Fast and Furious, where he was actually held in contempt and referred to the federal prosecutors. He has dared Congress to investigate further and not provided disclosure when requested.
Fast and Furious was a Department of Justice gun smuggling operation that Holder admitted failed miserably.
Fortunately, we will feel the effects for years to come, as guns that were lost during this operation continue to show up at crime scenes both here and in Mexico.
But when he refused to turn over documents demanded by a congressional committee, Holder became the first cabinet officer to be held in contempt. 2 years later, this sharp exchange with a member of Congress revealed how much Holder was stung by the citation.
And I realize that contempt is not a big deal to our Attorney General, but it is important that we have proper oversight. So,
you don't want to go there, okay?
I don't want to go there?
No.
About the contempt?
You should not assume that that is not a big deal to me. I think that it was inappropriate, I think it was unjust, but never think that that was not a big deal to me.
I don't need lectures from you about contempt.
And I don't need lectures from you either.
Another complaint: while the Department of Justice negotiated record fines from Wall Street banks after the 2008 economic collapse,
the Justice Department attained a landmark civil resolution with Citigroup, totaling $7 billion in fines. And
Holder failed to go after the top executives running these companies. Ilya Shapiro predicts a negative legacy for Holder.
He definitely has not brought this country together in the sense of the fair administration of justice and the rule of law.
Holder's defenders disagree.
I think that going forward, he's going to be viewed as somebody who made an enormous amount of difference in our society and used his time as the Attorney General to make things happen.
On that point, critics and supporters might agree.